Good morning, Vaqueros. Today is Monday, October 14th, and it's currently 94 degrees outside. We're coming to you from our Edinburgh studio. I'm Jan Trejo.
And I am Victoria Gonzalez.
And this is Vaquero News.
Campus news,
Events, games,
and activities
all in one place.
This is Vaquero Radio,
the Val Student Station.
Monday and Wednesday,
Vaquero Radio,
where your
story
begins.
UTRGV established a cancer research center for the Rio Grande Valley community. Here is Celeste Cruz with more. The National Institutes of Health awarded UTRGV $18.4 million to establish a cancer research center in the community on October 3rd. Dr. Subhash Chauhan, professor in criminology and microbiology and the director for the Cancer Research Center, explained the type of cancers the facility will focus on.
So primarily we'll focus on almost every cancer, but certain cancers are more prevalent here in Rio Grande Valley, including liver cancer, gallbladder cancer, cervical cancer. So obviously, these are the cancer we will give a priority on.
Chauhan pointed out one of the primary goals for the center will be to implement community feedback.
And listen to them, what kind of challenges they're facing, what kind of maybe socio-behavioral problem they're facing that might contribute to cancer. Are there any environmental issues that are different than any rest of the part of the Texas and country?
Chauhan said there will be two facilities. The first facility is where the patients will be diagnosed, and the second is where patients will be treated.
If they need a surgery, they will be able to do surgery. If they need any chemotherapy infusion, they will be able to do that. And if their tissue need to get any kind of genotyping or any kind of analysis, then we will be able to do it here at the research center.
Criminal justice freshman Ethan Garcia said the center should hopefully be able to collaborate with other hospitals in the future. Integrated sciences freshman Sonia Garza said she believes the research center will have a positive impact on the community.
We need a lot of nurses in the world to take care of people, so I think it will be a good accomplishment.
The Cancer Research Center will also allow students from the UTRGV School of Medicine to work at the facility to gain experience in the medical field. This is Celeste Cruz for Vaquero Radio.
Spooky season is here at UTRGV, and the university is hosting this year's second Carnival of Madness. Here's Victoria Gonzalez with the spooky details.
UTRGV will host Carnival of Madness from 7 to 11 p.m. Tuesday at the Student Union Lawn on the Brownsville campus, where students can celebrate the Halloween spirit. This is the second year the university has held the event. Program coordinator for student activities, Raul Leal Jr., said he hopes to continue this tradition annually. Leal said planning the event was based on student and campus activities board members' feedback from last year's Carnival of Madness.
We also spent time with our students in our office to learn more about what would make a really big, impactful event for them, and kind of took all of that input together and created this year's carnival just to make sure that we created a really big, memorable experience for students.
The event will feature different zones with activities to participate in. Leal said the Graveyard Game Zone will have carnival games where students can win prizes. Monster Midway is another zone that contains carnival rides, and the Department of Housing and Residence Life is putting together a haunted house called the Salon of Terror. Coven Concession is for student organizations to fundraise by selling food. The Great Pumpkin Grove will have a pumpkin patch for photo opportunities, and the Crafty Crypt is for DIY projects. Many student organizations were contacted to fundraise at the event. Leal said by buying food, students will be supporting the campus organizations.
And the food options are pretty cool. They'll be doing everything from chamoy apples to funnel cakes and kettle corn, so there is a lot of variety for students to have fun with.
After the Stomp celebration in August, Leal said detailed planning for the Carnival of Madness began in September.
So all of these different departments and functional areas across the university are coming together to put this together for our students. And so it really has been a unit effort from everybody just to make sure that we are creating, an environment that's fun and engaging, but also something that's super memorable.
The main goal Leal has for this event is for students to enjoy themselves, which is why the event has a variety of zones.
If you are not into the horror, we have the pumpkin area. If you're not into that, but you like DIYs, there's a DIY station. So there really is something for everyone. And so that's my goal, and how I know we'll be successful is if students really enjoy themselves.
Carnival of Madness will feature a virtual costume contest, where a digital team will take pictures of participants, and the top voted costume will win a prize. Over 800 students attended last year's event, but Leal hopes that the numbers this year will exceed the previous year. Leal encourages students to show up to campus events because it helps build the college experience.
So no matter what your major is or your classification, coming out to these events, enjoying yourself, it all is a part of that college experience and the things that you're going to remember when you graduate.
This is Victoria Gonzalez for Vaquero Radio. The Center for Student Involvement hosted Sabor, Cultura y Arte on Tuesday at the Edinburgh campus. Celeste Cruz has the details.
The Center for Student Involvement cultural program honored many Hispanic cultures Tuesday with traditional food, music, art, and craft making. Giovanna Granados, program coordinator for the Cultural and Family Involvement program at the Center for Student Involvement, explained the reason behind why this event was created.
The cultural programs, we focus on, celebrating that diversity to, just expose our students to like other diversities, other cultures that are here and around the world. And we do have a big Hispanic population, so it was an event we knew was going to be very special and very, very directed towards our student body. And we did that to celebrate the Hispanic Heritage Month.
She specified the types of activities, foods, and art that was on display during the event.
So our title for our event was Sabor, Cultura y Arte. So we really wanted to incorporate different things for that. So sabor was definitely all the traditional foods that we had. The cultura just meant, our decor, what if we wanted to dress, with a Hispanic influence, our live music performance, and then the arte, of course, came from our art exhibit.
The event also allowed students to do arts and crafts. Students designed Talavera-inspired tile paintings that can be used as coasters. There was pottery painting and jewelry making to represent the artisanal art. Biology sophomore and employee at Center for Student Involvement, Stephanie Marroquin, hopes that the students are able to appreciate Hispanic heritage.
Because I did see people who are from a different culture and they came to enjoy it, and I think it's very beautiful when we all connect through different cultures.
Caitlin Moya, an integrated health science junior and employee at the Center for Student Involvement, said she was satisfied with the positive outcome the celebration had.
It was really nice. I really liked seeing the live band and the performance. It was really loud, and seeing a lot of people being able to come together and celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month. And I really liked the food that was offered here.
The Center for Student Involvement will host a Get Involved Fair from 10 a.m. to noon, Wednesday in the University Library on the Edinburgh campus, and from 10 a.m. to noon, Thursday at the Music, Science, and Learning Center building lobby on the Brownsville campus. For students who are interested to join any student organization or to learn more about any upcoming events, may visit VLink. This is Celeste Cruz for Vaquero Radio.
And McLean goes up and throws down a monster dunk. That fires up the UTRGV Fieldhouse.
And now time for Vaquero Sports. The UTRGV women's volleyball team failed to secure the win at the Fieldhouse. Leonardo Guajardo has the details.
On October 8th, the Vaqueros played a rough game against the Texas A&M Corpus Christi Islanders, losing 3-2 sets in the UTRGV Fieldhouse. As of Tuesday, UTRGV has a 6-win, 8-loss overall record and 2-win, 2-loss in conference play. The first set kicked off with the Islanders quickly setting their game plan in motion. The score reflected the tension on the court, with both teams scoring point after point, establishing the tone that will be seen throughout the match. The thick air was finally broken after UTRGV senior outsider hitter Ilana de Alices delivered the final kill for the set, setting the score to a 25-23 victory and putting the Vaqueros up 1-0. The second set began without a hitch, and the Vaqueros worked as a team to keep their lead. However, the Islanders quickly found their footing and took a substantial lead, with the senior middle blocker Lea Stofos landing the final kill to secure a 25-22 win, evening the match score 1-1. UTRGV women's volleyball head coach Talo Eri said the team needed to pay more attention offensively.
They do things offensively where they're going to get their points. I think we got to pay just a little bit more attention to their middle attack. It was just us forgetting our blocking assignments.
The third set opened with the Vaqueros determined to take back their lead. The score was 24-23, with the third set win being up in the air between both teams. The Islanders defended well, but Asis was able to put UTRGV back up to 2-1. During the fourth set, the Islanders quickly showed the Vaqueros' lead did not intimidate them, displacing ample pressure with many aggressive attacks. Ultimately, the Islanders were able to come out on top, securing the win for the fourth set by a landslide, outshooting the Vaqueros by 6 points. A total score of 25-19 ended the set with an even score of 2-2. UTRGV fought a hard battle, but Stolfos was able to score the match point, giving the Islanders the win with a final score of 3-2. Loeri described his thoughts on the game.
Obviously, Corpus is a tough team for us to play against. We had a really good game plan, and when we executed the game plan, we were able to handle them. We're not going to beat Corpus by 10 points.
The Vaqueros will take on Northwestern State University Demons at 6:30 p.m. Thursday in Natchitoches, Louisiana. Results will be available at goutrgv.com. This is Leonardo Guajardo for Vaquero Radio.
Newton drops straight back towards a crossing route. McCaffrey, touchdown. That's big time.
Good morning, Vaqueros. Here's the sports schedule for this week. The women's volleyball team will be on the road Thursday to play against Northwestern State University at 6:30 p.m. in Natchitoches, Louisiana. The men's soccer team will also be traveling to take on University of Nevada, Las Vegas at 10 p.m. Thursday. On Friday, the women's soccer team will play at home at 6:30 p.m. against Nichols University. The women's volleyball team will take on Texas A&M Commerce at 11 a.m. in Commerce. Don't forget to bring your student ID to all UTRGV games and support our student athletes by showing up. This is Leonardo Guajardo for Vaquero Radio.
And now for this week's events calendar.
Hey Vaqueros, let's check out all the fun events going on this week. Starting off on Tuesday, in support of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, the University Recreation Center will hold a Power in Pink from noon to 1:30 p.m. in the Clinical Education Building. And on the Brownsville Student Union lawn, UTRGV will kick off the Carnival of Madness from 7 to 11 p.m. Wednesday, at the University Ballroom Student Union, will host a Rhythm Night from 6 to 8 p.m. Then on Thursday, at the Music, Science, and Learning Center, room 1.102 in the Brownsville Center for the Student Involvement, will hold a Get Involved Fair with the College of Education and P16 integration at 10 a.m. to noon. Last but not least, Friday in the Academic Service Building 1.202, the American Society of Civil Engineers will host a Halloween Fest from 4 to 11 p.m. That is the events for this week. Don't forget to bring your student ID to all UTRGV events. This is Ariana Galladro for Vaquero Radio.
And now, for this week's campus weather report.
Hey Vaqueros, here's the weather forecast for this week. We'll start with mainly sunny skies this Monday with a high of 94 degrees. These sunny skies will continue to Tuesday with a peak of 93 degrees. Wednesday comes with sunshine and some clouds with a high of 90 degrees. Keeping the warm weather, we drop to 88 degrees on Thursday. Finally, Friday will be generally sunny with a few afternoon clouds and a high near 90 degrees. Make sure to dress accordingly for the weather conditions. This is Joseph Zambrano, Vaquero Radio.
That is the newscast for this week.
Remember to read our news articles every week on our website, utrgbradio.com.
Tune in to Vaquero Radio through our website or download the Radio Garden app to listen wherever you are and enjoy the best DJ shows around campus. Remember to check out our YouTube channel for the latest news from UTRGV and the Valley.
Our weekly newscast will also be broadcast at 11 a.m. every Wednesday.
Join us next week, same time, same place.
Only at Vaquero Radio, the Valley student station.
Thanks for tuning in, Vaqueros. Be sure to saddle up at 11 a.m. every Monday and Wednesday for another newscast. And as always, peace out.